I'm sorry, excuse me. Is there anybody else that wanted to speak before the board, before we move on?
Not now, I guess.
Are you going to follow that? Okay, sorry, Mr. Hosmer.
Thank you, sir. Instruction and Student Services. We have 8 items on the agenda. I'd like to bring items 5.01 through 5.06 in a block together. We have 5.01, the German resource adaptation. 5.02, French resource adaptation. 5.03, geometry. 5.04, honors pre-calculus resource. 5.05, the accounting resource. And 5.06, middle school music resource. Bring those together. I make a motion.
Second. Second. Any discussion on these? Okay, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Last two items we have, 5.07 is the intermediate unit contract for the Edmund Thomas Alternative Education for 2016-2017 school year. And 5.08, the intermediate unit contract for special education programs and services for the 2016-17 school year. I'll make a motion for those two items.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, Mr. Osler. Moving on to personnel and policy. Ms. McClintock?
Thank you, President Placido. We have 3 items, 6.01 through 6.03, and I will bring them all together as a block. 6.
Yeah, Ms. Polak, I would like to address 6.01. There's one policy which I objected to at the town meeting, opening exercises and flag displays. Is that being deleted?
I believe that it is being deleted because it's already in the law, and this is redundant. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
So it's not, we're not doing it, but we're not not saying the Pledge of Allegiance. However, the policy is redundant. The law already tells us what to do, and we are following the law. So for brevity's sake.
In addition to that, the policy was not correct in regard to, it was inconsistent with the law.
Okay, then you correct the inconsistencies in the district policy. You don't
So we need a
eliminate-
motion on the table. We don't even have a motion, but
Okay.
let's get it.
Can I finish? 6.01, approval of policies 801, public records, 805.1, relations with law enforcement agencies, 806, child abuse, 808, food service, and deletion of policies 808.1, student meal charge accounts, 807, opening exercises flag displays, and 809, recycling program final, this is the final reading. Actually, I'll bring them forward separately. I'll make a motion on 6.01.
Second. Discussion? Okay. Here.
Yeah, as I mentioned, Mr. DePlacido, I object to deleting this particular policy. Okay, that's all.
Thank you. Any other discussion?
I just want to be clear that we're deleting 807, opening exercises flag displays, because it was inconsistent with the law. But we are still following the law. We're not having the children not say the Pledge of Allegiance any longer. Just to be clear.
Okay.
So it's not required to say the Pledge of Allegiance?
It is under state law.
Under state law.
School code.
State law. So let me get this clear. Why don't we have a policy, a district policy? Because there are school districts in the country that are eliminating the Pledge of Allegiance. So
We are not.
we're eliminating the district policy.
I know
That's what
we're
I'm addressing.
eliminating, but
Okay.
we're talking about we have the law which would preempt our policy anyway.
I think we understand your argument.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think, any other discussion?
Not for me.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. I'll take a vote now to approve the motion. 6.01.
Second,
We
we already did that.
Yeah,
We have a motion,
So we have a vote.
6.01.
6.0.
Yes.
Take a vote.
Yes.
All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay?
Okay.
6.02, approval of policies 810.1, drug alcohol testing, covered drivers, deletion of former policy 810.1, transportation of children to daycare facilities, and 810.3, transportation employing drug and alcohol testing. I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any,
Oh.
just,
Hold on, I wasn't scrolled down far enough.
Yeah.
Policy 810, transportation is on hold per PSBA.
okay.
Make a motion.
And a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion on this item? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes.
And finally, 6.03, approval of policy 822, automated external defibrillators, AEDs, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR. Approval of deletion of policy 825, state mandate waivers. I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, President.
Thank you, Ms. Gunther. Appreciate it. Moving on to treasurer's report, Mr. O'Toole.
Okay, looking at the treasurer's report, again, we talk about today, you see this every month.
Aaron.
So looking at the treasurer's report, this is, as you see this every month, it is cash coming in and cash going out. For the general fund, it's up about $6.8 million as compared to last year. The capital projects fund is down about $5 million, which we need to spend our capital bond money. Our food service is up about $600,000 as compared to last year, which is a little misleading. We have a few invoices or checks out or invoices that need to be paid. And then the child development is up about, or down about $65,000. Any questions regarding?
Is that $400 and that's a non-sufficient funds? Are those checks coming into the district that bounce?
Correct.
Is that unusual to have it that high?
It's not unusual for us to receive NSF checks, for which part of policy will turn around and pay, charge, send them an invoice for whatever it costs before it bounces.
Are they normally like tuition payments for daycare or?
I mean, this wouldn't be for daycare, you would sign it in daycare over there. This probably would have been people cutting checks to go to prom
Okay.
and paying off whether there was a lost book or
Okay.
all that stuff. I'm assuming with that being that high, that's probably all related to prom.
Okay. We have an accounting course that we offer for these kids.
Okay.
Okay, moving on to the financial reports. Again, this is what you see every year or every month as well. If we look at the general fund, our year-to-date variance for real estate taxes should be up as we raise taxes. Our earned income tax is higher as compared to last year as well. The tuition and others timing. We do need to create a couple more invoices. We've been a little bit behind this year because of trying to implement SunGuard. It's taken quite a bit of our time. So there are a few things that we needed to invoice out that have been done in June. The state funding, as I mentioned, we're receiving additional state funding, so that should be higher. The other state funding is higher as well, given just the pension and the FICA reimbursement. And it's all based on salary and the pension rate has been increased. So moving down to the expenditures, it's the same thing over and over again. You have your salary raises that were in there, the benefits with the medical and or with the pension alone. For each one, if you move down to the support service salaries, as we mentioned as well, we did absorb a few positions, which did result in savings here. The other expenditures is a little misleading here is we haven't been billed for our last invoice for transportation. We were billed in May last year where we were billed in June this year. So it's just timing. Same thing with everything else. Any questions regarding the general fund?
So, O'Toole, I do have one. Where does on what line does paying for the charter school come under? Do we pay on a regular basis the charter school? I'm sorry.
We don't kind of